Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Mass Appeal. I'm Seth Stutman. Laura Murray is in the studio. She is filling in for Ashley Cole while she's on maternity leave. You might be wondering where I am with all these great products behind me. I am in Springfield at the Sheraton Hotel, and today I'm going to tell you about a company that's been around for about 100 years. Now, you might not know the name of this company, but when you woke up this morning, you probably used one of their products. If you poured some milk in your cereal, or perhaps in your coffee, or maybe for dinner you're thinking about making some pasta with cheese on it, you've used an Argi-Mark product. Now, you might not be familiar with the term Argi-Mark, but I'm pretty sure you'll know Cabot cheese, and Cabot cheese is just one of the many products that Argi-Mark makes. They've been around for 100 years, not only stimulating our local economy because they are a local company, but they've also been stimulating our taste buds too. And now we're joined by the CEO of Argi-Mark,
Hi, Seth.
Richard Stammer. Yep. Richard, it's a pleasure to have you
Pleased
here.
to meet you.
And thanks for inviting us. There's so many people talking milk and dairy today.
Yeah.
It's good to be here.
It's an exciting thing.
So for everyone at home that's not too familiar with Argi-Mark, give us a little refresher course. What are you all about?
Okay. We're a dairy, a dairy cooperative, which means we're owned by 1,200 dairy farmers in New England and New York State.
And a co-op. A lot of people at home, they might not know what a co-op is. Tell us a little bit about the co-op.
Sure. The co-op is it's owned by the farmers. The farmers put up the money that finance the co-op. All the profits the co-op makes from the sale of our products goes back to our farmers.
So it's kind of farmer-run, and they reap all the benefits. Right. The harder they work, the more they get, which is a great system.
This is our annual meeting where the farmers basically set the policy that the cooperative operates on.
It's like you're your own boss.
Right.
Now, you're a local company. Tell us a little bit about your history. You've been in New England and in West Springfield for a lot of years.
Right. We've been around. Not exactly Argi-Mark, but successor cooperatives have been around for about 100 years. Argi-Mark was formed over the years by the merger of several different cooperatives. We've always been a New England-based company. We've had a plant here in Springfield, Massachusetts since about 1944.
And you employ 74 people at that plant, right. And you produce all sorts of products that then go on to other companies, and most of the profits, they stay right here in Western Massachusetts. Yeah,
all the profits, again, go back to our dairy farmers. That plant produced the most familiar product to your viewers is probably Cabot Butter.
Oh, everybody knows Cabot Butter.
Right.
When you're sitting at restaurants, that's more often than not the butter that comes to you.
Right.
But a lot of people, you don't know where these products come from. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to know that it's 5-10 miles away.
Yeah, the Cabot Butter comes right here from Springfield.
Now, what are the other products that are made from some of your cows?
Well, we make Cabot cheese is our flagship products that we make them in Vermont and New York State. Cabot Greek yogurt, which hopefully a lot of your people like.
Yeah, it's good for you. They're saying more and more these days. Right. You got to get that Greek yogurt.
Yeah, it's high in protein and things like that. So we really are in this thing of cultured products, cottage cheese, yogurt, all kinds of cheddar-style cheeses, and butter. Those are our main products.
And shopping local is so important these days. A lot of people say it's healthier and it stimulates the economy. So it's nice to see a company that's kind of keeping to its roots.
We are, and we're very much dedicated to New England and New York State and our farmers. We help them survive.
Well, Richard, I want to thank you for inviting us here today. I feel like I've gleaned so much knowledge from this place. There's so much milk chatter here. But today on Mass Appeal, what we're going to do is we're going to take you from the cows to the stores. We're going to tell you how it all gets made. But for now, for more information, for recipes, for everything, cabotcheese.coop or COOP. A lot about milk. So now we're starting the process of how the milk gets into your grocer. So we're going to start by talking about what else? The cows, that's where it comes from. And we're joined by Mark Duffy. He's the owner of Great Brook Farm in Carlisle.
Nice to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here. This is a great event. Everyone's coming together.
Right.
And it's what I love about this place. It's a co-op. So you work for them, but you also are an owner.
No, we own them.
Exactly.
We own them.
You're your boss and your employee.
So yes, it's really been phenomenal for us. We get asked all the time as farmers, what can we do? Because there's a lot of support for local agriculture, and we say this is our business. It's an extension of our farm, and the way you can help us is by supporting local products that are produced by Cabot.
So tell us all about Great Brook Farm in Carlisle. Take us on a tour.
Sure. Great Brook Farm is my wife and myself and our kids. We've been there for 26 years. Previous to that, we operated a farm in New Hampshire, and we milk 60-70 cows. They each produce about 10 gallons of milk a day. We're focused on making quality quality milk. We're proud to be owners of a plant in West Springfield where we make our butter. And so even though many people don't realize that Cabot products are made in Massachusetts, the fact is that they are. And so we're really focused on quality and cow care.
Tell us about your cows. And someone earlier was telling me that the milk that's in New England and the cows that are in New England are so unique because of what they eat and the kind of cows that they are.
Well, what you do as a farmer, and what we all do as members, is we look at the resources that we have, and we really make a situation, because cow comfort is key, okay? Cows really perform when you take good care of them. So in my particular case, it's everything from fans in the summer to we actually have a cow brush that keeps them clean. And you have, so working with veterinarians in our particular case, working with nutritionists, we're really focused on making good product.
They say you are what you eat, so the milk
Absolutely.
is what the cows eat.
Absolutely. We raise the feed here in Massachusetts. We do buy some feed too, but we're really focused. We have a lot of good landlords. We crop land. It's very important in our community, and we really appreciate the support of the community.
So what's the process like? Some of us can only imagine what milking a cow is like. Tell us your day-to-day. So you wake up and you milk all those cows.
Well, I'm a little bit different than some is I actually have the first automatic robotic milker in Massachusetts. So as I'm sitting here right now talking to you, my cows are being milked. In fact,
way.
about 2 hours ago, it just called me up, and of course I have help. My wife is home.
It's a family-run business.
It's a family business, absolutely. And so in my particular case is, you know, we've got some things that we've been doing for years, and we've got new technology, and it's a combination of both. So we take care of these cows, of course, 365 days a year. This particular time of year, we're focused on getting our crops in the ground, and then we'll start harvesting crops. And so one of the real joys of farming, and one of the joys of being a farmer is that the seasons come, and we get that kind of variation. But the bottom line is 365 days a year, we take care of cows.
Well, Mark, I want to thank you for taking care of cows, because, you know, you are what you eat, so you're helping our milk be a little bit healthier.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure to have you here.
My pleasure.
If you want more information on anything you've seen today, or some recipes that you can make with milk, or the great products at Argi-Mark or Cabot Cheese, all you need to do is head to cabotcheese.com. Welcome back to Mass Appeal, everyone. You can see behind us there's some hubbub. It's all about the milk. We're here at the Sheraton in Springfield, and we're talking all about Cabot Cheese, about Argi-Mark, about those products that you put in your coffee, in your cereal, and maybe that cheese that you sprinkle on your pasta. So earlier we talked about the cows that make the milk. Now we're going to talk about what happens once the milk is made, and we're with Ed Picoler.
Hi, Seth. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? He's the
I'm
Senior
doing great
VP of
today.
Operations for Argi-Mark. So what happens is the milk comes to you, and it comes to the West Springfield plant, but it also comes to a bevy of other plants around New England.
It does. Besides the West Springfield facility, and every year we change our annual meeting to a different location. Today we're in West Springfield, but we have 4 other manufacturing facilities that manufacture a whole variety of different products.
But
And
there's something that's really special about the West Springfield plant.
The West Springfield plant is a strategic part of our operation. When we take a look at the seasonality of all the cultured products, yogurt, sour cream, cottage cheese, our hard products, our cheddar cheeses, our flavors, they all have varying amounts of milk that they use. What happens when that milk isn't utilized by those 4 other facilities? It comes to West Springfield, and West Springfield is what we typically call a balancing plant, and it balances the milk in the milk shed, not only our milk, but all of the other milk that's out there too.
Ed, if you don't mind, put it into layman's terms for us. The milk is milked, and then it comes to the plant. What happens in these plants?
The very dynamic operation. All of our facilities operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and obviously that is our primary goal, is to get that milk off the farm, that high quality milk, and turn it into the world class products that we produce. So 24 hours a day we're unloading milk at the facility, and then we'll start up our operations. Here in West Springfield, what we'll do is take that milk and separate it into cream and skim. The skim will make condensed blends that will go to some of our customers like Friendly's ice cream in the area. The cream will turn into butter, and we make about 320,000 pounds of butter here at the facility a day. The other service that we provide in the marketplace is that we have many customers in the area like HP Hood that bottles milk, and there's a seasonal demand for that. So when they don't want the milk or cannot utilize the milk, it comes to our facility too. So it is a service that we provide for many of the companies that are in the area here.
I love that it's local too. If you're at a restaurant with a pat of Cabot Butter, it could very well have been made a few days ago.
Freshness is where we're at. We turn those products just as quickly as we possibly can into products that our consumers can use.
Ed, you know what I've noticed that's so neat about your company today? There's people milling out in the back, and everyone who I've talked to is so excited and proud of what they do. And I think a part of that is because it's a co-op. They're the owners and they're the employees.
They're a wonderful group of people, and these annual meetings, I meet so many of the friends that you only see once a year, but it is just it's a wonderful time. And I tell people it's the best organization that I've ever worked for. It's just outstanding.
Now let's talk about some of the products. If people want to visit, they can actually go up and experience the plant in Cabot, Vermont. But as we see behind us, there are so many different products that you make. So tell us once again about the products that you put out there and then how they get transformed into these products.
Many times, and let's just take the cheese products.
Okay.
The cheese products that we manufacture will manufacture in 3 different facilities in different varieties, from cheddar, flavored cheddar, reduced fat cheddars, Monterey Jack, pepper jack, Munster cheese. All of these will go into a conversion plant, and that conversion plant we typically call cut and wrap, and we'll take these pieces of cheese and understand they're produced in 40-pound blocks and 700-pound blocks of cheese, and we convert those. We convert those. We have equipment up there that'll take a 700-pound block of cheese, turn it into 1,400 8-ounce pieces every 8 minutes, from the block all the way into right onto the pallet and onto the consumer. So,
love watching how all of these processes come together. I'd love to head to the plant sometime, but thank you so much for joining us.
Real
today.
pleasure, Seth.
It's truly
Thank
a pleasure
you so much
to talk to you. I wish everyone at home, I wish you could come down and see the passion that all these people have for their product. It's really amazing. If you want to check them out online, you can go to cabotcheese.com. Or you can visit their plant in Cabot, Vermont. It's a whole experience when you go there. You can see cheese from beginning to end. Coming up, I will do that. Hey, we are with Roberta McDonald. She's the Senior Vice President of Marketing for Cabot Creamery. Thank you so much,
Seth,
for inviting us here today. Let's start with a little bit about what Cabot Creamery is. We know it's in Cabot, Vermont, but what do you do there?
Well, Cabot is actually 1,200 farm families, right, throughout New York and New England. And we make the world's best dairy products. So what more can I say?
Well, these are the world's best dairy products, according to some people. You've won awards. Cabot has won best cheese a few times.
Bought by the World Cheese Championship, which means the cheese makers. We don't have a lot of money to advertise that fact, as I note somebody that just won it for the first time is doing frequently. But we've won year after year, and the very snobby American Cheese Society as well.
Are they very snobby?
Well, it's usually little artisanal cheeses, and so we, because it's 1,200 farm families, make, relatively speaking, a lot of cheese. But that we can hold quality speaks volumes to our cheesemakers.
Well, it absolutely does. And you have another company that's yours. It's McAdam. And they've won some awards too.
They've won the Grand Championship for the American Cheese Society. That is the oldest operating plant in the United States. So, and it's very interesting, Seth, and you might be interested to know this, that the cheddar made in New York, they used to put a little annatto in it to distinguish it from Canadian cheddar being hauled over the border several hundreds of years ago.
It's like their defining characteristic.
Correct.
It's that little thing that makes all the difference.
Went back to white, so
yeah, that's what it is now. Now, Cabot, it's not just cheese. As you can see behind us, there's yogurt. There's
Greek yogurt's made in Cabot, Vermont. The butter's made here in Springfield. We have the cheeses made both in the Chateaugay plant in New York and as well as Cabot, and we do it all with a commitment to sustainability. And we're not just greenwashing when we do that, Seth. We actually have criteria. Our farmers are the first farmers in the country to agree what their capital index is, how they're going to measure how they feed migratory birds, what does it mean in the community's water supply. They were the first in the country to embrace what it means to be truly sustainable.
And you're really helping them out. I love the co-op because it's a give and a take process. If I was just an average Joe farmer, I would have a pretty difficult time taking all the time out of my day to talk sustainability. But Argi-Mark can really help the farmers because of your reach with sustainability.
You're so dear, but I don't believe in average Joe or Jane anymore. All farmers must be part of a co-op in some capacity. It's just that not many co-ops have the brass to also own brands, and that's what distinguishes us. And yes, as farmers, they have agreed to allow some of the expense going towards preserving the future because they care about the next generation. They want their kids to be farming. They want that land to stay open and not be developed.
In your opinion, why is it so important that we shop local, that we buy Cabot cheese and Cabot yogurts?
We completely appreciate the local buyer because it's that money staying within the local economy, and you can imagine how that's paid. A farmer, they figure it's 12 times because a farmer is also driving the ambulance, is also on the city council. It's not just paid local economy impact, it's their volunteerism, their commitment to communities. But that can be said about farmers across the country. I think as a breed, they're just superior people. You know, their church is one of seasonality and commitment to land, and all about well-being.
Now, lastly, we're looking at some of these pretty tasty products. If people head up to Cabot, Vermont, though, they can really take in the whole experience.
Yeah.
Tell us what it's like if people want to take a day trip up there.
We actually, if you go 22 miles northeast of Montpelier, which is the state capital, smallest in the country, you will come upon the Cabot cheddar plant. And at our tour, we show you the video, some of the original stakeholders in the formation of the cooperative. You can sample every kind of cheddar we make, and then we ask you, when you go into the plant, you actually have to hit the wall and let the pallet trucks go by, but you can peek in the window and see them making it using the curds and wheys. It's pretty remarkable.
Now, Roberta, last question. I'm going to put you on the spot here. What's your favorite product? What's your favorite Cabot cheese?
Greek yogurt.
Cabot Greek yogurt. Never tried that before. Not even the cheese.
Oh my
Greek
God,
yogurt,
I could
then
bathe
cheese.
in it. It's so good.
You need a lot of Greek yogurt.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Roberta, thank you so much. It's a pleasure
Thanks, Seth.
to be here
Really,
today.
I really appreciate you coming out.
No, everybody
You're
loves what they
pretty good
do.
at this job. You're not bad for a boy.
Oh, all right. I appreciate it. Hey,
Okay.
for more information, to taste some of these products or to head on up to Cabot yourself, just go to cabotcheese.com. Welcome back to Mass Appeal, everybody. So I am in Springfield. I'm at the Sheraton, and I'm here at an Argi-Mark conference. We are having such a Gouda time. I had to put in one cheese pun today. Everyone was telling me to, so I got one in there. You might not know these people. You might not have heard of Argi-Mark, but I almost guarantee that this morning you had milk in your coffee. You had a glass of milk to help keep your bones strong, or maybe you're thinking about sprinkling some cheese on your pasta for dinner tonight, and chances are you'll have eaten a product that's made right here locally in West Springfield and all around New England. Now, if you want more information, if you want recipes, or if you want to see the whole line of products that are made locally, all you need to do is go to cabotcheese.com. I've had such a great time here today. I think I'm going to go munch on some cheese, but for now I'm going to toss it back into the studio. Laura, how are you today?
I'm great, Seth. You promised that you would bring me back some cheese, so I plan on that.
I'll try hard.
Okay,
No
thanks,
promises.
Seth.